Abel, welcome to the channel. Thanks for being on. Yeah.
Thanks, man.
So, are you? Tell us, when did you join? When did you join the course?
I joined earlier this year around, well, the course I joined since January, really.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, man. So my brother had it and he kind of wasn't really using it.
he wasn't into it.
Yeah, he wasn't really into it. I think he started, but he got a few modules in and then he kind of dropped off.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
okay. It's not for everybody, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So,
yeah.
cool, man. So you started. Basically, you joined your brother. Well, you got your brother's login. So, what made you get into this in the first? Well, actually, before we get that, how much in total sales have you made so far?
So far, I've made 36,000,
Cool.
which is pretty nice.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Now, before we get into this video, I just wanted to mention that this is an honest and unpaid interview. I don't pay, anybody to come onto this channel and share their experiences. Every experience is unique, and also very importantly is that any earnings claims that you hear in this interview. So, if the student is mentioning a dollar figure, or if I mention a dollar figure, for example, 10,000, 20,000, or 50,000, it's not a guarantee that you are going to achieve the same result. Nobody can make such a guarantee, obviously, because business is business, and some people fail. Some people succeed. And honestly, success depends on a lot of factors, including your work that you put into it, the amount that you invest, market conditions, and honestly, sometimes just luck. And with that being said, I hope that you enjoy this success interview. And I like having people on the channel. Like I've been doing a lot of success interviews lately. If you guys want to check them out, they're on my channel. But guys that are like just recently successful, so like 36K, it's still 36K, right? And then I have guys who joined like 3 years ago, 2 years ago, and they're like in the millions, so now they're like e-commerce moguls, you know what I mean? So,
Mhm.
which is fantastic. But okay, yeah, 36K. And so how long has it been? What, like 6 months now?
It's been about 6 months, but really since I started selling, it's been maybe four. So
Okay,
yeah,
cool. And then you got mentorship all throughout. You've been talking to Jeff, I assume.
I have. Yes, I posted a few times in the community on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sweet.
yeah.
So tell us, what made you get into e-commerce? Why'd you want to do Amazon?
Uh Really, the only reason why it was in my mind is because my brother had told me about it. I was saving some money so I can start doing something, and I was looking around to see what I could start. And so I remember he mentioned once something about Amazon FBA, and I had gotten a different course, but it didn't really satisfy me. I was done. I ran through it maybe in a day, and I didn't feel like I still knew much about it. And then he told me, "Hey, I got this course I didn't use, but you can use it, and it's pretty good, and it explains everything in detail." So um, that's kind of how it went.
Sweet, man. Cool. So, and you wanted to do Amazon because obviously, well, tell us like what kind of background do you come from? Like, where are you from? Where are you living now? What was your life like before, leading up to, your success?
I gotcha. Well, I'm currently in the military, really,
Okay.
and yeah.
U.S.
So
military, right?
I'm sorry.
U.S. military for everybody watching, right? Yeah.
Yeah, U.S.
Yeah.
military. Yeah,
Cool,
I'm
cool, cool.
Dominican, but I'm in the U.S. military
Right.
in the air. I'm
Cool.
stationed here in Georgia, and I think what started it all was that like military is not for everybody. Just like
No.
Amazon isn't
No.
for everybody.
Yeah.
Right. Right. So me thinking about how could I find a way out um, to secure myself or my life and my family's life after the military, I think that started me, looking into different, avenues and ways to make money. And then that's when my brother told me about Amazon
Amazon.
FBA.
Cool.
Mhm.
So, how long have you been in the military?
I've been in 3 years.
3 years. Wow. Have you ever been deployed or mostly just kind of at home?
Always been at home. Yeah.
But you're in like active duty, right? Yeah,
I am active duty. Yes. Yes.
active
Yes.
duty. So you can be called anytime.
Anytime. Yeah. Mhm.
Wow. Okay. And you mentioned you're in the Air Force. Cool. So how old are you?
I'm 29. Just turned
29.
20. Yeah.
29. So what made you join the military at 26?
Broke.
Broke.
I
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
was broke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, like thinking about it, right? Looking back, obviously it was a different time. But let's say there were these opportunities that exist today, like Amazon, right? I'm not saying that Amazon is the only way. There are a few, but a few really great ones actually, like affiliate marketing or becoming a YouTuber or selling digital products, things like that. Let's say you knew about the Amazon opportunity back then. Would you have reconsidered joining the military or no?
I would have
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I would have. So all I could do at that time was follow examples or find ways, but I didn't know about Amazon FBA. All I knew is I had an older brother. I do have him, and he was in the military then. And so looking at my options, he was like, "Hey, that is probably your best option. You didn't go to school, you haven't done really anything. I'm in the military, so life is okay." And so I took it.
Gotcha.
But yeah, if I knew about Amazon, then I would have taken my chances for sure.
You would have tried it, yeah. Well, I mean, even and this is great. I didn't know that you were a military vet. I mean, that's fantastic for because a lot of people, a lot of guys, and girls, I guess, but they join the military and then they do their duty, and then after that they kind of come out and they're like, well, society, what am I going to do? Right? How do I carry over these skills to the workplace? And we see it all the time. I mean, you see all these homeless vets like in America, unfortunately, and being a non-American, I can confidently say this, having lived in America does not take care of its vets. Like, for the military budget that they have, like they should, and so, honestly, it's really, I'm really happy. Like, it makes me feel happy that I'm able to present, like you were able to actually do this, even being in the military, because now you're learning skills while being in the military, while getting paid, that when you come out, okay, yeah, not only will you have a successful e-commerce business, but also you have these transferable skills. Like you can start e-commerce consulting, you can start an e-commerce agency, right? It applies to marketing. There's so many things you can do, right? And you didn't go to school. Like you have 3 years of military experience, which I don't like discount. I think that joining the military, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think that, for a few years, it probably makes you a man, right? Yeah.
It helps out a ton. It really does, especially if you don't have any structure.
Yeah.
I feel like I did have structure, but I didn't have that cash, right? But the military is also like a good trampoline, I'd say, to something else, and
Right.
that's how I'm seeing it, right? Some people really just want more out of life, so I think it's good for now. But I'm definitely I'm using Amazon as a way out.
For sure, yeah. So how long are you on a contract then, or?
I am, yeah.
And when does that expire?
You can sign either a 4 or a 6, and I signed a 6.
Gotcha.
So I got 3. I got 3 left.
Yeah.
And that's been kind of like my goal, right? I'm as soon as I joined the Amazon FBA course, I'm just like, okay, I'm starting now. I got 3 years left.
Yeah.
So this is my window.
Yeah.
To make this money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, actually, you did the right thing, and what's good about the 6-year contract you had, you knew you had 3 years left, so you're like, okay, I'm not trying to like get rich and get this going in 3 months. Like a lot of people, they're like trying to, like put it like 3 months, 6 months, but you had like a long enough time horizon where it's like, okay, 3 years, and that's very realistic. I mean, that's a long time. I think, on average, it should not take 3 years to succeed. Right. I think with this business model, I really think that if you really try and you obviously have the right information, 6 months about to get like a good product, that's selling and you're profitable to an extent. Of course, over time you make more and more profit. You can't expect to make an enormous amount of profit off your first order because obviously, you're ranking and stuff, but second, third order when you restock, that's great, dude. That's great. Like, I think that actually that's a very good life plan in general. Like what you did, you joined the military, obviously you're making money, and like, hey, what are you doing? Obviously you probably, I don't know, how much off time do you have in the military?
It's just like a 9 to 5 kind of thing.
5, yeah.
So really anytime after or before work, and then the weekends. So.
And are you allowed to start whatever business you want on the side?
I am, yeah.
Okay, cool, sweet. So like you basically can still be in the military and still have a 6-figure Amazon business.
That's right.
Okay, cool. And they don't like ask you and stuff like what you're doing outside of work, or no?
Do they ask me?
Yeah, do they ask you?
They ask, but more out of curiosity, not really.
Oh, okay. Not like you got to tell us. Yeah.
No.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so it's actually a good thing. So, and that's great. I think that a lot more people, it is an avenue for a lot of people, especially if you're in America or if you're in a country where it can be a career. Obviously, it comes with its risks and dangers, obviously, but You did the right thing. So, okay. So did you succeed with your first product, or was your first product like a failure?
Yeah, I would say I've been somewhat successful. So I'm still with just one product, which
Okay.
is my first product,
Oh, okay.
and it's going good. I would say, right?
Like a successful
Better than
launch.
I
Like it's not a
expected.
total flop, obviously. Yeah.
Not at all. No, not at all.
Okay.
No.
Obviously, okay, you have 36K in sales, your first product. So first of all, congratulations, that your first product succeeded. And that is, honestly, I'm very proud of myself because 90% of everybody that I interviewed succeeded with their first product in this course,
Right.
which is great. Like I did not succeed with my first product. I succeeded with my third. So,
Right.
and it's, I would say it's a good and bad thing, right? Because like, okay, you succeed with your first product, but then like failure comes with its lessons too, right? And eventually you're going to have to, no matter, in any entrepreneur's life, you're going to have failures, right? So it's kind of but obviously the point of the course is that you don't lose money, so that you like make money as fast as possible, right? And
Right.
like maximizing your chances of success. So obviously, how many orders are you in now? Like, is it your first order 36K? Are you on your second order?
No, you mean like restocks? Like
Yeah,
me,
restocks. Yeah,
I've been in yesterday. I just got another one. This is like my fourth order.
fourth order. Yeah,
Fourth order. And that's just me. I ran out of stock at one point, and I lost ranking,
yeah.
and I broke my heart. So I was just like, okay. And then I'm just trying to time it, and I'm trying to buy some more for Black Friday's coming up,
Yeah,
and stuff like that. But so yeah,
gotcha. Yeah. Well, dude, don't take it personally. I mean, you go out of stock, like it just happens. And yeah, you lose rank, but to be honest with you, you kick PPC back on. If your product was selling and it was working, it'll get back there. So there's no need to stress. So okay, so your fourth order, and then how much total? Obviously, it's only been like 6 months. So like, and Abel's made 36K. So like, it's not a huge amount of money, but still in like that amount of time, it's great. It is a success. Like you're right along where, I would say like a new Amazon seller in our program should be. You know,
mm,
I'd say like by 12 months from the beginning, from when you started the course, you should have. The goal is a six-figure business where you're making 30% profit a year. That's what, yeah. Because with e-commerce, right? Like you're not going to get margins above 45%. It's just not going to happen, right? There's no
right.
way. There's no way. And that's where other online business models come in. Like, and that's something that is open to you too, right? Like right now, you're in the online business world. It's opened up to you. You're doing Amazon. Okay, you're going to keep working on that. You got 3 years left of the military. You can start adding in other income streams as well. You can start doing affiliate marketing. You can start doing you can start an agency. Like there's all these different business models that you can run, because once Amazon is successful, your Amazon is successful, it really doesn't take that much time. It really takes like 5 to 10 hours tops a week to manage your existing products.
Mm-hmm.
So how much profit have you made total off the 36K, understanding obviously that it's only been a few orders and you had to launch it and stuff?
Right. So I'm not gonna lie. I I probably haven't been tracking that as best as I could.
Yeah.
I just been, and I'm not really taking anything
For yourself. Yeah.
right since I have my own income.
Yeah.
Uh, um, I'm putting everything I make right back into it, and so I have that goal of the 3 years kind of thing. So
Yeah.
I have no problem doing that. And I should be tracking that way more better, but
Well, you
I'm
can
not.
I don't blame you, honestly. Like when I was in my first year of business, I wasn't tracking anything. I was just looking at the numbers. I was looking at what was going in my bank account, and I was just making sure that like, okay, I'm making money and I'm not losing money. You know what I mean? Like, and I was going to ask you, like, just to clarify, even though you're not tracking, you haven't lost, you're not net negative, right?
No, not at all. No,
Okay.
no.
Okay. Cool. 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 So we can assume that you're probably in the 20% margin ish with
Probably.
PPC.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 36K, 20% of that, that's about 7,000 in profit, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Sweet. I mean, dude, that's great. And obviously that's going to keep growing and stuff. You're going to keep adding products as it goes. Right. So,
Right.
that's great. You should actually contact Jeff and have him send you his profit sheet and explain that to you. Yeah, because it's super easy. Once you have the sheet, you just plug in all the kind of stuff in the sheet, and then it tells you how much profit you're making. It's really important, especially your tacos. So have you heard of the tacos? Yeah. The
No. What?
So ACOS, it's what does it stand for again? It's the amount average cost of sale, right? And then true average cost of sale tacos. Basically, what it is when you're in PPC, when you're running PPC campaigns, you got your ACOS. So let's say your product is $40, and let's say that the amount of ad spend you had to spend to get that $40 sale for one sale, let's say $10 you have to spend. So that's 25%, right? So your ACOS would be 25%. But then there's a calculation to actually see, okay, well, how like out of, not to get mathematical here, not to get mathematical guys here, but it's an important explanation. So the tacos basically, you can see, okay, how much is my PPC influencing my actual total sales? Because when you're launching PPC, okay, you're getting the PPC sales, but you're also getting organic sales from the added rank, right? That you're not paying for. And so the tacos allows you to see that. It allows you to get an accurate percentage of your advertising spend for your product totally, not just for your PPC sales. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're in Amazon Seller Central and you click on the advertising section, it only shows you your percent of like your sale price that you're spending on ads for PPC sales. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For your PPC campaigns. But then you got all these organic sales that are indirectly coming from the PPC sales as well. Right. So I would imagine, yeah, I mean, if you're, yeah, like I said, your overall margin is probably like 20%, maybe 30 even, which is fantastic. So where do you see this honestly going? Like by, let's say you started in April, right? April?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where do you see yourself a year from when you started the course? Like in terms of revenue, realistically?
Right. Yeah. Realistically, I do see for sure 100K at a minimum. I see that. I ain't gonna lie. So at the beginning of the year, when I didn't start doing this, that amount of money just didn't sound possible that quick. Yeah. But given that I just started and we are where we are, I for sure believe, in a year from now, 100K is super possible.
Yeah.
Maybe, 2-3 products, maybe at least another one, maybe 2 products out for sure.
And you're doing it smart too. Like you're reinvesting everything. I think that the most powerful way to start this and to get into an online business is to like have a stream of income like you have. So you have the military. Okay. Yeah. It's a 9 to 5, whatever, but it's temporary, right? I always say it's temporary. It's fine. So you have the 9 to 5, you take that money that you make, like, I don't know if I can ask, you don't have to share, but how much do you like net from the military every month?
Every month, around 4,500.
4,500. That's what I thought. Like probably like 4 or 5K. So 4,500. So obviously with that income, it is an income stream, right? Even though you're selling your time right now, right? You're taking the money that you're making from that and you're putting it into an income stream that you're not selling your time for, right? You don't have to sell your time for, right? Because it runs itself. Like all you got to do is manage it, right?
That's right.
Which is great. I think many people should do it. That's what I was doing. Like when I was starting out, my 9 to 5 was not, at first it was my bank job and I said like, screw this shit. And then I started window cleaning. So I started a window cleaning business. And then, I knew that like, okay, this like I didn't think it sucked, man. I was having a good time. I didn't really, when you're like kind of doing your own thing, like that's a good, it's always fun, but I knew that I couldn't do it forever. So I just told myself this temporary is temporary. And I took the money from that and it gave me more peace of mind. Whereas like, if you're starting this, let's say like you weren't in the military and you're broke and you have no stream of income, dude, it'd be a lot harder, eh? Like a lot harder.
Yeah, because you're probably tempted to take some of that off the top just to eat or whatever you have
pay
to
your rent.
Yeah, pay the rent, exactly. So that is a blessing for sure. The fact that I could just live off of my income still. Matter of fact, I don't even use everything. I still save some, and what I put to the side, I put back into the business. Like I said, I have that goal for the 3 years, so anything goes right now, really.
Yeah, well, I'm sure. What does the military, being in the military, I'm sure that they probably subsidize a part of your housing or something like that, right?
Right. So I live in base housing, which is like housing for the base for military members. Yeah. They really just deduct that right off before I even get paid. So, man.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so that's even before the 4 point. Oh, okay. So you take home like net 4 to 4.5.
Right.
Wow. Okay, that's great. That's good. I mean, unfortunately, for people that are considering this, it's you said it's a 3 or a 6 year 6-year contract, right?
It's a 4 or a 6, right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, dude, good man. So you're gonna reinvest everything. That's what I would do for till next April. And as long as you keep reinvesting and you're responsible, like imagine it's like a money tree, right? You plant the tree. That's what you did in April. You launch your product. Okay, you got to water it. You got to watch over it every day like a hawk and make sure no one comes and eats your tree,
Right,
and then it grows, grows, grows. And then, eventually, as you keep watering it, it's going to start, printing money, right? Or making money,
right,
producing money. And then you can pick the money off. But the thing is that you got to keep watering the tree. And over time,
right,
you have to water it less and less, but you have to water it, right? And if you forget to water it, it's going to go away. That's like the myth with passive income. Everyone's like, oh, passive income completely, but there's no such thing as anything completely passive, you know?
right.
But there is such thing as like this business model where, okay, when you have like Jeff, for example, he has, I think, 5, 6 products. He does 1.5 million a year with them. He started 4 years ago from like my information. And of course, like he went on YouTube and like watched the other guys as well. We're just both like Canadian. So I guess he vibed with me.
Uh,
And he, if you ask him right now, he's in Bali, he's chilling. He does the mentorship in Ecom Freedom. And then
mm,
he he manages his Amazon business. It takes them no more than like 5, 7 hours a week, really. So compared to a 9 to 5 job, and Jeff is also young. Like Jeff is younger than me. I'm 27. Jeff is 24, I think. So
wow.
yeah, 25. So he started so really anybody can do this. Do you think that first of all, I wanted to ask you, for everybody watching here who think like, okay, well, Abel got lucky, whatever stuff that they think. Do you think that like this whole business model and to do it the way that we teach is too good to be true, or no? Honestly.
Uh, no, I think it is a great model, and I believe it does work because I'm seeing it work.
Yeah.
I seen people also try things and not working or not work. But I think the issue sometimes is that we don't follow instructions. It's kind of what it is,
Yeah.
right? So I would say if you're brand new and you don't know if this is gonna work or not, and you do start and you follow everything to the T, it's gonna work.
Yeah.
Because that's what I've been trying to do, and what I've been doing is not even 100% perfect, and I'm still getting results from it. So as long as you're close enough, you following the instructions, it'll work.
Yeah, and I think a big, if I can comment on this as well, a huge thing, a huge mistake that beginners make, and they tend to do this when they're in situations where they are broke or where they have a certain amount of money like saved up, or they have like 10K or 15K in some cases, but they don't have a job, and so they need to make this work. And I find that like people that don't have a stream of income already, like you, like with the military, where they have to rely on Amazon, yeah, sometimes I'm not saying that they fail or not. Like a lot of them do succeed, but the problem is they tend to be reckless, and you cannot be reckless in this business. You
No,
can't just go and be like, okay, you know what? Like I'm tired of searching for products. I'm just going to go with this product, even though they told me it's not good. I think it's good. The numbers add up, and I'm just going to go and order $10,000 of inventory. Like people, yeah, like don't do that, right? That's like putting your money in like a meme stock and hoping that it like goes up next week. It's not.
right,
Right?
right. Not gonna
So
work.
yeah, it's just like stupid. I think like honestly, like people that first of all think it's too good to be true, they're closed minded. They just haven't been, or they don't know any better, right? Like they haven't been awakened, right? Like
Right.
so this information needs to get out. And second of all, a lot of people they're very they're operating not on a 3-year time horizon, but on like a 1 month time horizon. Like I need to get rich in 30 days.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if you find out how to do that, let me know.
Yeah. Where obviously like before the military you were broke. Now you're making sales on Amazon. You have a business. You do have a business, which you should be proud of.
Right.
How has that changed you as a person? Your confidence and everything.
Man, I'm completely I wouldn't say I'm different, but what it did do is it revealed to me what I was capable of doing. Something within me, I've always felt like I could do something more. And when you go to your 9 to 5, you're not gonna feel like you're necessarily having success
Man, no.
because you're working for somebody else, and you're kept in this small bubble. So you never really find out your potential. With
And then they're
this, I can
wondering,
see,
right?
right, you wonder like what ifs. And so with this, I'm able to see a direct correlation with the amount of work that I put in and the income that is coming in. And I was telling my wife that today. I was like, yo, like I could really see like what I'm capable of doing. Even this call, even
Yeah.
this call. So I
Yeah.
was like, did you ever think that at the beginning of the year I was gonna have a phone call, with the person who created the course?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
come on, like, so it's crazy. Uh,
And why do you think like what sets you apart? Like why do you think you made this work and you're on this call with me versus the people that, they never end up either even joining the course or they never end up succeeding? What do you think separates you from them, honestly? I know you answered a few on this.
Sure. Yeah, yeah. I think it's a mixture of things. I think one, I really don't want to stay in, and I know that sounds so, weird, but I kind of just want to move on to something bigger in my life. I have a
What?
need for that.
That doesn't
It's
sound
not,
weird.
yeah, it's not just a want. Like I've always imagined myself doing something bigger.
It depends who
And
you talk to, right? You can talk to one person and they're very like low consciousness and they're like, nah, you don't need that. Like,
right,
stay with us, stay broke, bro. Like,
right, yeah, facts. Yeah,
yeah,
and I'm usually the different one wherever I'm at. So if I'm at work, I'm the only one talking about money and this and that, and so I'm looked at a little different.
yeah,
But I would say that's one part of it. The other part that makes me stand out is I'm always trying to be receptive. I'm always trying to learn from something and stay humble. So, whoever knows more than me about something, I do listen to them and I do apply what I'm hearing. So that's one thing, when you're stubborn, it's really hard to make money because someone can tell you, yo, 2 plus 2 equals 4. If you do this, I'm promising you it'll happen.
yeah, yeah,
And then they'll start questioning what you're telling them.
yeah, yeah.
And then they
Does
don't
it
go.
really equal 4? Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
is this a trick question? And so
yeah. Yeah,
so I say that's kind of what it is. So hunger, right? Wanting something else, and just being open minded, like you said, not being stubborn.
yeah.
Uh, that's I think that's made a difference, to be honest.
Cool. Thanks for answering that. I think honestly, man, for me, my life changed when I made my first sale, and I'm sure your life changed as well. That day that you refreshed your Amazon, you're like, holy shit, I actually got a sale. It's
Right,
like the greatest joy in the world. It's like something just clicks in your mind. Like before, yeah, like it's all theoretical. That like, okay, in theory, if I do this and I launch this product or whatever, okay, yeah, 30K, okay.
right.
But like when you get that sale and then you start to get the sales, you're like,
Hmm.
oh, it's really happening, right?
Hmm.
So
It's
when that, yeah, how did that make you feel like when that started?
man, that felt good. It felt good. It felt like okay, and I'm really like skeptical. So at first I'm like, okay, maybe that's somebody I know. So they're trying to help me out, and then they
I
start
was the
coming in.
same, man.
Yeah, you're like, this is probably my mom, like
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah, and then then five came in, and then 10,
yeah,
and now you're like, oh my god, like this is like an actual thing. Like,
yeah. And then
yeah,
you mentioned you were married. So, how long have you been married for?
yeah, I've been married for 3 years.
3 years. Nice. So, was your wife supportive of your dream?
100%,
Cool, cool.
100%. Yeah, can't
And
complain. Mm-mm.
yeah, your wife has always supported you in this journey, right?
Always, man, always. All I do is explain it to her a little bit, like, hey, people actually sell things on Amazon. Like, when you buy something on Amazon, that's
Yeah,
somebody else selling it,
yeah.
and that's what
It's
we're gonna
not
do.
actually Amazon, yeah.
It's not Amazon's not a store, and like
Yeah.
this is people, like, and that's what we're gonna do, and this is how it'll work. And she was always like, okay, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was like, all right, hell yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. She's been really supportive. So is she happy now, like seeing that it's working? Obviously.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Awesome,
She's
man.
she's like, I always knew it. She's
She said
like,
that?
yeah, she's like, because I know you, so I know you're gonna.
Yeah. Well, that's good, man. You got a good wife, you got a good partner, and it's always good, man. It's what I guess what I've noticed or what I know about partners is like either a person gives you peace or they ruin your peace, right? So it seems
100.
like you're on the right side of that, with her. So
That's right.
sweet, man. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I think that, to be honest with you, I don't think I know that you're gonna hit 6 figures definitely by next April. The number one key thing is I think I like what you did with like, okay, you invested for the first few inventory orders like 5K per order, and then now you said for the most recent one that you just put in, it was 10, right?
It
So I
was
think it
10.
was 5 and then 6. Yeah. So it's good. I mean, you're not, you don't go crazy. You didn't do 10K right at the beginning. Like everybody watching here, especially if you choose to do this on your own, do not be reckless. Don't just go and find a product and like from my free videos and then just invest 10K into it. It's not a good idea. Obviously Abel here succeeded with his first product. He also, what can I say? He had a good mentor, you know.
That's right. That's right.
Shout out to me. But
Shout
yeah,
out
I
to
mean,
Dan.
like, and it's, I don't think it's a coincidence that 90% of the people that I've interviewed, now recently in the past several weeks have all succeeded with their first product. Like
Wow.
all kinds of people, like, guys that even, like I said, like on the Shopify side, like millions. I mean, 23 years old, like 23 years old, 2.5 million. There was one guy from Brazil, Patrick, I interviewed. You should watch this, Abel, when it's posted. Super inspiring. He did Amazon as well, and then he started Shopify. He came from Brazil to America with nothing. He didn't even know English, like at all. He didn't know any English, and he joined my course. He somehow found my course at the time, when it launched in 2018, Amazon. And dude, he said on the interview he made $9 million US since then.
Wow.
9 million in revenue, right?
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And what he did was he, because his whole family was in Brazil and stuff, like he then went, he basically like, made sure everybody was taken care of. He even had some of it. Like, I think he employs his mom now. Like, his mom doesn't like have to like stress about bills and stuff in Brazil. Like it's crazy inspiring. Yeah. And now he does coaching for e-commerce to Portuguese people like in Brazil and in Portugal. So he's also got that stuff going. Yeah. I promoted it too. Cause I'm like, honestly, like the more like everybody, like you're going to succeed and then you're going to grow your business and then you're going to go on eventually, like there's a natural graduation to it. Like you're going to go and inspire more people to do it. You might even consult, teach it, right? And then like that's how it spreads, right? So like it started with me, but then you, and then of course for me, I can't say I was the one that like learned to sell myself. No, I had mentors too. Back in 18, like I joined whatever was available. It wasn't the level of what we have now. It was very simple and basic, but also it was a different time too, right? So anyway, dude, thanks so much for coming on, man. Any last words for people like thinking of doing this, and sharing just the story of yourself, like dude from America in the military, 29 years old, made this work. Like any pieces of advice?
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you for having me. And then any advice, really, like I said earlier, anybody can do this. Just learn from what they're teaching you, follow it step by step, ask questions if you have them, but just stick to the plan because it does work.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing. It sounds very simple, but I think that's where everybody, or not everybody, but most people fail, is that they want to do things their way. And remember, we don't know what this is. Yeah. This is new to us. So we need to learn from the experts and apply that. And that's it. That's it.
Cool. Thanks so much for being on, bro. Thank you. I look forward to interviewing you, in a year or in 2 years and seeing where you're at.
Let's do it.
Sweet.
Let's do it.
If you enjoyed the student success interview and you want to get started, you're tired of waiting, you want to achieve freedom, and you want to build that successful e-commerce business, click on the link down below to check out the Ecom Freedom Elite Mentorship Program. It is the highest rated e-commerce mentorship program online. We only work with a limited amount of students every quarter. We only take 200 people per quarter per course, whether that's Amazon or Shopify. So when you click on that link, if you see a wait list, then put in your email and you're going to get an email as soon as we are opening up the next round of mentorship students, which is every quarter, 200 people. So if you want to do this, you want to do it the right way, and you want to work with people who have blazed this path before and who have achieved success, you want to work with $1 Million mentors, go ahead and click on the link down below to put in your application to join the Ecom Freedom Elite Mentorship Program. We only work with people who fit the profile of somebody who would succeed. We know there's lots of different factors, and since we've worked with thousands of people and brought them to success, we know the kind of person who succeeds, and we only want to work with people who really know we can help. So check that out. Click on that link and put in that application form if you want to get started and you want to achieve freedom now. Thanks so much for watching. For the best freedom and online business information out there, for the best, truth, freedom, and for the information that will set you free, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching.